the boys around here don't listen to the Beatles run. Old Bo Cephas threw a jukebox needle at the honky-tonk where they boot stomp all night. What? Yeah, and what they call work a digging in the dirt. Gotta get it in the ground before the rain come down to get paid, to get the girl in your four-wheel drive. Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot a back, shoot a back, shoot a back, a spit. Oh, heck. Well, the boys around here, they're keeping it country. Ain't a damn one know how to do the Dougie. No, I'm not in Kentucky, but these girls around here, yep, they still love me. Yeah, the girls around here, they all deserve a whistle. Shaking that sugar sweet as Dixie Crystal. They like that yawling southern drawl and just can't help it 'cause they just keep falling for the boys around here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back, a shoot her back, a shoot her back, a spit.
Let's ride through the countryside. Let's ride down to the riverside.
Hey now girl, hop inside. It's me and you gonna take a little ride to the river. Let's ride. Let's ride. Lay a blanket on the ground. Kissing in the crickets is the only sound. We out of town. Have you ever got down with her? Do you wanna get down with her? Girl, you gotta get down with the boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back, a shoot her back, a shoot her back. I'm one of them boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Shoot her back, a shoot her back, a shoot her back, a spit.
Oh, I guess that's me. Welcome to the WINGIT call. The recording is rolling. The disclaimer is we're not attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors. This is our opinion. For the rest of the disclaimer, please go to thewingitcall.com and click on the disclaimer tab, and you'll have the rest of it. Let's see here. Let me send a text here first. And could somebody text me what it's underneath for Bond Lady? We had a very tenured Intel provider pass, and it's a great loss for the community. Okay. Wingman may not be here today. Art is taking care of some personal business, so today it is just me. So Bond Lady, I'm not sure what happened. I think it might have been all of a sudden, but she passed. her research involving Iraq was top-notch. Nobody was better. Even Frank 26 paled in comparison. Oop, hold on just a second. Sorry about that. Wingman will be here. Anyway, my condolences to the family. You don't know how much we're going to miss her. She herself had her own unique flavor. I first knew about her over in Dinar Vets, where she used to say in her ending statement, and Bond Lady drops the mic and walks off. She will be missed. So my prayers go to her family. She was a good person. So that being said, I guess I should have done take a knee first. I get backwards sometimes, you know, it's a redneck thing, but it all comes out in the wash. Lord, please give us your guidance. Prepare us for the blessing that's about to come down. And I know that you only put on our shoulders what we can bear, but it seems like the load it's getting a little heavy, Lord. Can we have a little help here, please? So on that, I ask in Jesus Christ's name, amen. So, Wingman, it is just you and I. Art Meister is taking care of some personal business. Okay. So
Yes, you are.
we're just, huh?
I said we miss you, Art.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're just kind of winging it today because all has been said. Everybody's pretty much read on Dinar Chronicles and Dinar Daily, the SITREP report. And how many times can we say and hear that it's done, there's nothing left to do? Yet here we sit brokenhearted.
Yes, it's
You
true.
know,
Although I am not broken.
Well, no, but right, highly disappointed. So I've got a new motto. Stop your yapping, start your doing. Show me the money.
That's a terrible motto. I worked on
Well,
it.
all right. Stop talking, start doing. Show me the money.
That's
How's
better.
that?
That's better. Yeah, that's a little
Well,
better. Still not quite
I thought
catchy enough.
So what's your 2 cents? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know. You know, I mean, it is frustrating, but it does appear we're just standing on the line here, waiting our turn. So, I know there's a lot of rumblings out of Reno today that I heard of a few people flying out there earlier in the week, expecting to be done by now, and of course they're not done. You know, it's just doing like it's doing. If you're watching the markets, everybody thought it'd be a nice big fat red zero today, and of course it's not. So.
What? You mean it's in the green again? How'd that happen?
It's sort of in the green, you know. But for Friday, it should be in the red on Friday because Friday is profit-taking day. But, you know, everybody was expecting it to go boom today, and it did not. So maybe it'll go boom over the weekend. You know, just who knows? But if we're all buying into this September 1st deadline, which it appears everybody is, whether you're in fantasy land or in fact land. September 1st is a big day, and things have to be done.
Didn't we talk about that on the last call about the September 1st?
Yes, we did, but we wanted to remind people, or I wanted to remind people. So
absolutely.
If it doesn't happen, there's going to be heck to pay. Be politically correct about it. So there you are. So I don't know. Maybe we should just take calls and see what's on people's minds because it's not. There's really nothing left to talk about.
Star 2 to raise your hand. Star 2 to raise your hand. What do you think about South Hold, New York? We want to take a call from there?
I don't know the town.
Let's just find out. Come on.
Hello.
Hello, 631. Come on down. South Hold.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you something to talk about today. I promise not to talk about North Carolina barbecue or any shuns like equivocation and I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I was interested. This is an interesting point. I think a lot of people would be interested in. Is that several weeks ago you had Yosef on the show, and you had it was a Sunday.
Whoa! Back up there. There's a lot of feedback. I'm going to mute you out for a second. You need to fix it. It hasn't been several weeks ago. It's been months. I think you might have been listening to a different call there, sir, but hopefully you got your feedback problem fixed.
Months. I meant months.
Go ahead.
Anyway, is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, you had this call, and it was very good, and then something happened where you had it falling out or something, and you wrote this beautiful letter on your website, and then Yosef started to appear on the Tuesday-Thursday call, which I think you know about. And then you did mention rather recently, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, to listen to the Cypret. Let's see, what was the name of that site? I have it right here. SitRep. And you said, listen to that. And so I didn't get around to it.
I don't believe I ever mentioned listen. Sir, you've got to change something. There's a lot of feedback there. Take me off of whatever you got, your earbuds, your speaker or something. Take me off of it.
Let me see. I don't have earbuds or a speaker on. Is that better? Wait a minute. Let me try something. Hold on. Is that better?
Let's try it. No, it's pretty bad. Iko, did you hear all that? I'm just going to mute him. I don't remember us saying anything about listening to a SitRep report.
Me neither. I think we're being confused with others.
Yes. I had to mute him because its feedback was pretty bad. Sir, sorry about that, but that's not us. But thank you for your questions. Techno Smart out of Miami. Come on down.
Hello?
Howdy.
Hi, Jay, how are you?
Good.
Iko, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for your time, guys, and your help, and I love you guys. Listen, I want a good answer. I've asked before, I'm still amazed. Almost more amazed than the rates we are supposed to get. How's that? The Iraq-only guys, they sound so intelligent. They analyze things to death, and they don't believe in the GCR. Like, it's amazing to me. Can you comment on that? Is it done purposely? Frank 26 wrote a book today. Other guy, I don't read it because it's not what we hold to. It kind of brings me down. I asked Awake 3D this question. And he said, well, him and Clark and all those guys, they're public, we're private. And that's not the answer because they don't even believe in the GCR. I mean, they think we're nuts. Clark and you know who they are. And of course, I'm sorry.
Did they say that straight? Did they make
Clark,
straightforward statements?
The wonderful doctor that people idolize. I don't know. People love this guy on recaps. They love him. He does. Clark does.
Right.
I don't know. Do you have a general comment about my amazement with this subject?
Well, one of the things that some of us have moved all on from, and some people have embraced like it's a styrofoam cup in a flood. Is the fact that that this thing is all about Iraq. It's all about us and Iraq. And there's so much mainstream evidence about the GCR and about how the world economy is shifting, et cetera, that I just think it's people, a lot of folks can't handle change. Literally, their physiology, they can't handle change. They want things to remain, even if things are a little bit painful, they would rather they stay the same than move out of that comfort zone. And Iraq was its own little, microcosm of all things RV. And, if they passed this law, we'd RV. And if they did this, we'd RV. And if they got rid of Maliki, they'd RV. And that is much simpler to comprehend than the global event. The global event is I don't want to say it's impossible, but certainly even for folks who are studying it, there's so many facets to it that you get lost.
Are you amazed like I am that these guys don't see it, and or you just go on with your day? What are you going to do?
well, that's basically it. I had a boss years ago when I was first getting started in construction, and his favorite line was, "It's your America too." So basically, you can believe whatever you want to believe. It's a free country. If that makes you feel good, if that floats your boat, then I'm totally happy for you. And if the thing is, or what I believe anyway, is that Iraq is going to go when the GCR goes, when the RV goes. They're not going to lead the RV. They're going to be part of that moment. And all those things that people are looking for that come from Iraq will indeed come, but they'll also come on a global basis. It won't be just Iraq. It'll be everybody.
Please, one more. The Fed, Yellen, coming out of the Jackson Hole. Any comments on that? She kind of said everything was great with the labor and everything.
Oh, she's
Was that a cover? Okay.
All I want to know is, what is she smoking?
Right.
Can I have some?
Jet?
That woman has. I almost feel sorry for her. She's got an impossible job right now. She's literally leading a dying organization. In fact, it's dead. She's beating the corpse.
Okay. I'm sorry, because I don't want to take up too much time. So back to the first one. 100%. Okay. This is a GCR. Don't let those guys bring me down. Got it?
No, don't.
Got it.
Don't. It's a GCR. It's all about.
Thank you, sir.
It's all about. Yeah. I don't want to say the New World Order because I got yelled at last for that. It's all about a new economic system worldwide. It's about trying to bring all the different currencies into parity. That's what it's about. Stable oil pricing, stable gold pricing, you name it. Just stability and transparency.
Here we go.
Okay.
Arlington, last four of your number is 5680. Come on down.
Cheers, Steve. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, listen, I got a couple quick questions, and I'm glad Iko made it. I think I understand about September 1st, but could you guys just go over real quick? The scenario is Bruce on Bruce's call stated that Bloomberg had an article about how there's going to be a currency change September 1st. Is that what you mean by your September 1st, Iko?
No. It's not. It's not. Here's my best shot at this. The problem is the derivative debt is now screwing up everything. It's screwing up the bond market. It's screwing up the banks. The banks don't have any liquidity to make major loans. They can give us a car loan any day of the week, but we're talking about major economics here. There's no liquidity, and what Bloomberg has been. There was a great article on Bloomberg about the derivative debt and how it has to be negotiated and put to bed, and it has to be done by September 1st because there are mechanisms in place so that when the yuan converts to an asset backed on October 1st, everybody's prepared to do it. And part of the problem is the banks don't have any cash. So in order to raise $415 trillion in cash, we need the GCR, which requires the RV to kick it off. And all of these trillions of dollars that we're hearing about for our ZIM and for our other currencies, that's going to fund this September 1st move. And for the banks, the major banks, to come into compliance. What the Bloomberg article said was the United States and Japan are claiming they are ready, which I think is a bunch of horse crap. And that Australia and I forget who else are lagging behind. But I think without the GCR, none of these guys are ready. They're all blowing smoke. And that's really what September 1st is about. It kicks in the beginning of the currency changes. But remember, none of this is like a light switch. But certain things have to happen in order for the next thing to follow. And right now, the thing that has to happen is all of these big banks, Deutsche Bank in Germany, the entire Italian banking system, Citigroup and JP Morgan Chase and all these U.S. banks, they have to come up with a lot of cash within the next, 7 days now? Or they're going to have to default on loans, on agreements, on credit swap, on all those great big financial deals that I don't pretend to understand. All I know is they're in trouble if they don't. And they need all this done 30 days prior to the yuan going asset backed, or that creates even more problems for the fiat guy in Europe and Western.
Does that help you out?
Yeah, so basically that is what you think the primary thing that this thing is running on as far as timelines is because they got to have it together by September 1st. So that's why we should have the RV at some point between now and then.
Well, that is our best intellectual guess. I'm not calling it, and I'm not using that as a backwall date. Please don't paint me in that corner because I'm not saying that. From what we're reading and the way the banks are squirming, we're using that as a good indicator, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We have web caller Steve. Come on down.
Yeah, hi guys. Thanks for your show here. And I got a question for you. Are you guys of the attitude that this Abbott Downing is going to be the people that are going to be redeeming our Zim?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes and no.
okay.
I give you the straight fact, and then Iko cleans it up. Go ahead, Wingman.
Abbott. So Abbott Downing is the existing high net worth wealth management division for Wells Fargo. Okay, they're a separate corporation, but Wells Fargo refers clients to them, and then I'm sure there's I don't know how each other gets paid, but that's another issue. However, as our good friend started the rumor that Abbott Downing was now taking control of all the exchanges because the other four banks were upset that Wells Fargo was getting all the business. To me, that doesn't make any sense because Abbott Downing is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is still going to get all the business if it's Abbott Downing.
Well, now there's a little disagreement there. Wells Fargo only has a percentage of Abbott Downing. They don't have control of them.
Have you Googled that by any chance?
Yes, and I got smacked down when I said the same thing and said, "Oh no, here it is right here." Huh?
You know what? When I get inside, I'm going to Google. I'll find out who owns Abbott Downing. But I'll tell you something else. You know, Abbott Downing all of a sudden is going to control 7,000 exchange centers. I don't think so.
No, they're just saying that they're doing the Zim. And I can give you guys some intel if you'd like, because guess where I was today?
Abbott Downing?
Abbott Downing?
I was in their office today.
Well, spill the beans.
And you want to hear it?
Absolutely.
Good, bad, or indifferent. Give it to us.
I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. And
yeah, I see where you're at.
Okay. And I walked with my friend into their lobby. Of course, no one was there. The secretary was gone. And finally, a guy from behind, kind of in the back, came out. He said, "Hey, you guys need help?" And I go, "No." And he says, "Hey, can I help you?" And I said, "Well, we have some currencies. We've bought some currencies." And I said, "I bought some Zimbabwe dollars, and my friend has Zimbabwe dollars, and we're under the understanding that your company, Abbott Downing, is going to be redeeming those currencies." And he said, "We have gotten a ton of phone calls on that." And the S word came out. You know what the S word is?
Sure.
It's a big scam. And so we didn't leave it there. We said, okay, well, that's what we've been told. That's what I've been told. And then my friend said, well, we're under the understanding that there's a bunch of these currencies are going to be revalued, and it's being run through the IMF, the UN, and the Bank of what is the other one? The World Bank.
BIS. Yeah.
Yeah, in the World Bank. And he said, well, and then he looked at me and goes, "What currencies do you have again?" And I thought that was weird. Okay? That's when it got weird to me. Why does he care if it's just a big scam, right? And then I told him which currencies I had. He said, here's the thing, guys. If you go exchange those currencies in and you get a bunch of, you're not going to do it with us, okay? He was very adamant about that. But he said, when and if you go exchange, and I don't know if he was using this, guys, to get me out of their office, but he said, when you go exchange those currencies and you got a bunch of money, come back and talk to us.
Well, bless his heart.
And I said, fine. And we walked out. And we walked out, and I went, I'm probably still more confused than I was before.
Well, here's the bottom line for you. You believed in it. You invested in it, stay the course. In the end, there will be a big change of face, but for right now, that person just works in the lobby. They don't know what's going on.
Well, the weird thing was that he wasn't in the lobby. He came out from behind. So he was. I don't know what his title was. I wish I would have grabbed the card. But when I was in the lobby, there was no receptionist. He came out. He goes, "Is anyone helping you guys?" And we go, "No, we're just we've been standing there." So he did come out from behind, and he said, "I want to tell you something. We've gotten a lot of phone calls regarding this."
Sure.
And we said just recently, and he said no, over the last year. So I've only through the DNR recaps, it's only been over about the last month that this Abbott Downey has been out there, but he says he's been getting phone calls for over close to a year.
Yeah. All righty, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just say one thing. PSYOPs 101. Keep your target balanced at all times.
Absolutely. What do you call this? The insurance capital of the USA? What's that? What's the name of that town again?
Hartford.
Hartford. Yeah, that's it. Come on down.
Yeah, I migrated to Stuart, Florida. So, but I got a quick question. Actually, a bunch of quick ones. Does a trust in a bank, if a bank goes down, does the trust survive? Is there any truth to that?
Well, I don't know what type of trust do you have.
Well, let's say I had a master trust at any bank. I'm just looking for what would, if the bank folded up and didn't have money, lost money, bankrupt, or whatever the case, does that trust survive? Because I can't believe all the rich people in the world don't have trusts, and they don't seem to be affected by any ups or downs in the economy.
I was just going to say pretty much exactly what you just stated there. So something to think about.
Okay, just a bit of news for you guys. Christine Lagarde, I just heard that she was surrounded with some improper money handling, and she was taken down. She's no longer head of the IMF. But we'll see tomorrow when the news comes out. But that's just for your own information.
Well, I did read where they have been talking more about the deputy director of the IMF stepping up because of her. France wants to bring or is bringing charges against her. So kind of two articles there. One you're talking about and the one that you can see in the mainstream media.
Okay. So there is something to that. I was just wondering also, I had so many questions for you. I don't understand how somebody can go and change their money. Okay, the TRN is out there for global, anything outside of the United States. But the USD, that's asset-backed. What does that asset-backed mean? Because I'm giving them gold-backed currency, and then they're trying to return to me, this, or does it, when they take it in, does it become digital and then it becomes TRN money?
Wingman, that's in your.
Oh, he hung up.
No. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay, we're there.
No, hold on. I got to tell him something happened to him.
And just while you're doing that, do you have any beliefs in this republic? Talk.
Got my fingers crossed for it. Something.
I do too.
Nothing can stay the same forever. We have to have a change and let's hope it's for the better.
Well, this is what scared me is I thought somebody had mentioned like September 1st. So I'm saying we haven't RV'd yet, you know?
Uh-oh. I sent him a text. Maybe he might be in no man's land. Yeah, he'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I just feel uncomfortable about taking my currency, going into this, before we go into a new republic, putting it into this, I don't know what you would call them, whatever we are now, and allowing the people to hold my gold-backed currency, and with the understanding that all of the rest of the world is gold-backed, and we in our own country were not gold-backed. But then again, I also heard that the TSN, that was released by that General Dumfort. Now, I don't know how true that is.
Now,
I may have a little bit more confidence.
The TRN is for governmental business, and the USN is for domestic. And if it was released, we would hear about it. That would mean we would have an asset-backed currency, and I'm waiting for that type of announcement. Maybe that'll happen October 1st. Who knows? So anyway,
I'll let somebody else.
Answers.
Thank you very much. It certainly does. Thank you. Bye now.
You're welcome. Well, I hate to say this, but this is going to be a short call because we have no more callers. Star 2 to raise your hand. Otherwise, we can call it a day. I'm looking over here on, well, interesting. I'm looking over there in my forum. Anyway. Oh, here we go. Boynton Beach, Florida. Come on down. Boynton Beach, Florida.
How you doing, Jerry? This is a first-time caller. I've been around the block, with ICO, going back to Okie and going back quite a few years. But I happened to be over at Abbott Downing in the last couple of days and met with somebody there, and I've been in touch with Abbott Downing over the last year. Most of the people around here are not involved. They know very little, if anything. But I did find out today, and it was something that ICO said just a few minutes ago, is how the heck is Abbott Downing going to end up handling 7,000 centers when they have 15 offices in the United States and 300 employees? So something doesn't make a whole bunch of sense, Now, it's very possible that the guy that I spoke to was one of their wealth managers, was not involved, not in the loop. And that happened. Go ahead.
If they are, the word hasn't gotten to them yet. Second, I didn't write the SITREP report, and I'm not making any claims. So we might be chasing a rabbit down a rabbit hole. So we won't know till we get there. And I've always said remain flexible.
I told this guy that, listen, if you hear about anything this afternoon or sometime over the weekend, give me a call, because he's called me several times at this point. Look, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a CPA. I've run a lot of operations in my life. And there's a reality here. I get through to many people at the banking level, I've done business with banks in Europe. I've had offices in Paris and Geneva and whatever. But the reality is that sometimes they don't get to them. You know, they're not on a level that they know anything. I said, well, one
Correct.
day, put this information into your hat. It may happen, it may not happen, but remember who you heard it from and call me, once you get it official. So it's very possible that I might, hear from him over the next few days. And if the information that we're getting is not sound, and he was not even aware of the Merrill Lynch, and I'm not sure that that's been confirmed. There's supposedly many of the Merrill Lynch offices were actually acquired, for Abbott Downing. Now, if that's the case, then they can have an unlimited, number of offices. But I don't know. I never got a confirmation on that. Does ICO have anything on that?
He's not back yet, but anyway, thank you, sir. When he comes back in, we'll get an update from him. Okay.
Okay. Listen, I almost never use a phone, but today my internet was down.
Oh.
And I'm a listener. And it wasn't you. It was me. And I decided to call because it's a lot easier for me just lying here, and I don't like to speak out because I find out that I know more than most of the people do, and I just absorb information and put it into the vault.
There you go.
And when we did talk about Abbott Downing, Abbott Downing is real, and the first time that I actually walked into one of these offices, I was told that they're expanding the office. There's construction. I said, and they asked me what I was there for. I said, I may be one of the
hold on.
Go ahead.
I know. I got a couple other callers here. I'm going to leave you up on the board up here. When Iko comes back, I'll come back to you. Okay. Hawaii, come on down. Yo,
Aloha, Jerry.
Hawaii.
How are you today?
Good. How are you
Can you
doing?
hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't really have a question. The lady that passed, I wanted to just put out there that I'm praying for Archangel Michael, Jeremiel, and Azrael to be with her and her family, to help with the grieving, healing, and her getting on with life process. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. That would be Bond Lady, and I'm sure she's hearing the prayers. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Orange, Texas. Come on down.
Hello, Jerry. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Just fabulous. I've got two things I just wanted to, actually three, I guess. The Abbott Downing things that I've been listening to, I thought we understood that there was 28, and then Bruce said there's now 30% of the exchange centers are going to be Abbott Downing centers. Not all of them. That's just one thing I heard. Don't know if that's true or not, but just thought that might help that guy that just got off. Another thing, I've been doing this for a very long time, kind of like you guys, and last week I had two of the people that I told this about several years ago let me know that their lawyers called them. One of them told this very nice lady that he does trust that this was going to happen here within the next week and that he would be getting a hold of her. That was a good thing. And then another fella that had it as well, his brother called him to find out if he really did exchange, and he said, I can't talk to you. I had my NDA signed, so take it where you want to. That's all I got to say.
Oh, well, could you repeat that last part again? He called his brother?
He called his brother to find out. He had given his currency to a fella, and the fella took it, and this was a couple of months ago, and then he never called him back, like he said he was going to. And then lo and behold, he called him back about 2 weeks ago and said, okay, your currency's been exchanged, but I can't give you the money yet, but soon. And then his brother called him this last Monday this week, and he said, yes. But I can't talk to you because I signed an NDA.
Ooh. Well,
so that made me extremely happy.
Moving.
Money's moving. So, and that's a fact. That's not a something I'm just sitting here making up. But I just thought you guys might like to hear it because y'all are awesome, and I really appreciate your calls.
Well, you mean you appreciate Redneck Radio before the call starts?
I love that redneck radio stuff too. I used to have a rock and roll band, so I like that. It's pretty cool.
Paul Harvey is my hero.
Yeah, I understand. Anyway, you guys have a great week, and I look forward to see what's going to happen between now and the 1st.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Have a good day. Bye.
Lebanon, Kentucky. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry. Can you hear
Hug
me?
a redneck. Hug a redneck. Hug a redneck.
Yes. Hug a redneck.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Jerry?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I got a question to ask you. Is it still too late to go ahead and do your master trust before the RV happens?
Excuse me, you've lost me there. What message?
Is it too late to do a master trust before the RV
Oh,
happens?
master trust. I'm going to give you an email address and email the gentleman, and you can ask.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Okay. Give it to me, Jerry.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, Jerry.
RTH 6996 @gmail.com. So that's RTH 6996 @gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Also, too, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, it just it triggered something in my brain here. We are having a trust call Monday. I'll send out a tweet later on today and probably on Sunday too, but we're having a trust call at the normal time, 3:30 Eastern. Richard wants to talk about a few things.
Okay. Cool. One more thing. So do you think it happened within 2 weeks or less?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I can't cross anything else anymore.
Mhm. Well, Lord, bring it through. A lot of people need it, military and all, and their families. So, I was in Iraq for 3 years with the guys, military. So we all praying that everything comes through. So we have our other brothers and sisters out there. So, Lord, bring it through. Thank you, Jerry, for taking my call. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. And you too. Bye-bye.
Columbus, Ohio. Come on down.
The crew doctors are up there. Okay.
Hello, Columbus, Ohio. 614. Come on down.
Yeah.
Hello. Yo, Steven.
Aggravate. Yeah. Jason DePore. You just know it's there, huh? Yeah.
Well, bless his heart. He's working probably construction, and he's the boss, and I got to kick him to the curb. Santa Rosa, California. Come on down.
Hello, Jerry. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Listen, it's my belief that the 7,000 disbursement places will be regulated by the U.S. Treasury. Most of the information that I've been posting at the WINGIT forum with the links that shows that the foreign currencies are regulated very tightly by the U.S. Treasury. And if you look a little bit deeper, as I kept trying to promote and didn't get a response, is the fact that they are issuing licensed agents underneath the U.S. Treasury as to handle the bulk of this venture. So it would be Abbott Downing would be a secondary party because they're a private party, not the government itself. So because of the protection and security type of necessities is that you can pretty much count on the fact that these centers will be U.S. Treasury agents.
Where have you posted that in the forum so we can go take a peek at it?
Over the last couple months, I have posted all the U.S. Treasury stuff, and I thought somebody in our group would take up on it. Is a conversation?
Is it underneath? Is it underneath like news and articles, general discussion?
General discussions.
Okay.
Yeah, I just posted it and tried to get people to respond to it, but I think people are so busy that they just don't have the time to do any research like what I do. But if you go to the foreign exchange and there's a whole section within the U.S. Treasury that deals just with foreign currency, and in actuality, it actually implies that they are the regulators that actually sets the value of exchange, and reading a little bit more is that there's a whole section of regulators that actually, in my presumption, would be the ones that are going to be handling the 7,000 different disbursement centers.
Oh, well.
Not private sectors and not banks.
I'm going to take a peek at that app when I get a chance here later on today.
Yeah, maybe I can go back and retrieve it to give you a helping hand because I've already been over it several times.
Please. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye. San Diego, California. Come on down.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, hi to both of you. This is Wendy, and I've been enjoying your calls, and thank you very much for all of you have done and all you do and will do. My question is general, but I'm also looking for any specifics from both of you, if you would like, regarding what are we looking for in the stock markets? Is that, when you guys look at that, what indicators do you think, is there something going to line up there with what we're all looking for, and what would that be? And are we as close as some people are saying, do you think?
Well, that's Ico's department. He's not here right now, but on another call, on a private call, that individual is saying he's looking at the micro management part, the stock market. If it reaches 18,300, it's going to start dropping like a rock. I can't really answer your question because that's something that I have limited knowledge on.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that anyway. It just sounds like when the markets drop that there's some expectation that it's going to force change. I don't know. Is that something that you think he would say, or?
Well, at one time the market was down below 16,000. They thought it would start dropping from there, and the next thing you know, they're propping up in the market, and it's damn near 19,000.
Yeah.
It's so heavily manipulated. I don't think it's a direct indicator to what we're waiting on.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I was just wondering how long they could keep propping it up the way they've been doing. It just doesn't seem like they're easily letting go. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, that was all I had. Thank you.
All right. Well, it's almost 3:30. Everything that can be said has been said. Stop talking, start doing, show me the money. Anyway, thank you, Lord, for watching out over us. Maybe next Tuesday, if we're still here, we'll have a little bit more to talk about. But as it is right now, the sit rep report's out there. That individual wrote it, has told you what's going on. I may not necessarily agree with it. I just want somebody to be right one time. That's all it takes. Who's in control? Don't know. We always keep hearing that the cabal is stopping it. I've been told that's not true either, that it's on a timer. And nobody knows exactly when because of algorithms. It just has to run its course. Well, somebody is still in control of something. So that's all I have to say on that. Thank you for calling in. And next Monday will be a trust call at 3:30 Eastern with Richard. So thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye. Welcome to the conference. Please enter the